Hey everyone, and welcome to Learn Conversational English, the podcast where we chat about everyday life and help you pick up natural English along the way. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jim. If you're new here, welcome. We're so glad you found us. This show is for people who are learning English and want to hear real, relaxed conversations, not textbook English, the kind of English people actually use every day.
We basically talk like two friends catching up over a coffee. And speaking of coffee, Jim, please tell me you grabbed a Tim Hortons on the way in today.
You know I did. Medium double-double. I cannot start my day without it. It's practically a Canadian law.
Ha! It really should be. Okay, so in today's episode, we are talking about a really common English expression. It's one that native speakers use all the time, at work, in sports, in everyday conversation, and once you learn it, you'll start hearing it everywhere.
And that expression is hit the ground running.
Hit the ground running. We're going to explain what it means, give you a bunch of real-life examples, and help you feel confident actually using it yourself. So let's get into it.
All right, so Laura, let's start really simple. What does hit the ground running actually mean? Like, if someone has never heard it before, how do you explain it?
So, hit the ground running means to start something with a lot of energy and confidence right away. Like, you don't need time to warm up, you don't need to slowly figure things out. You just jump right in and start doing things immediately, and you do them well. And what's really key here is the idea of being prepared. When you hit the ground running, it means you were ready before you even started. You're not confused, you're not slow, you're not scrambling. You start fast and you start strong.
That's a great way to put it. So it's not just about speed. It's about being ready and confident from the very beginning. The moment things start, you are already going.
Exactly. Think of it like a runner at the start of a race. Or, to use a very Canadian example, imagine the moment a hockey game starts and the puck drops.
I was wondering how long it would take before hockey showed up.
It was always going to happen. But the point is, the moment the game starts, those players are already going full speed. They're not standing there thinking, okay, so what do I do? No, they're ready. They hit the ground running.
I love that image. Okay, so where does this expression actually come from? Like, is there a history behind it?
Yeah, so the most common explanation is that it comes from military history. Soldiers would jump out of a moving vehicle, or even from a plane, and the moment their feet touched the ground, they had to start running. No pausing, no slowing down. They literally hit the ground and ran.
Oh, that makes total sense. So it's literally about hitting the ground and running from that instant.
Exactly. And over time, people started using it in everyday situations, for any moment where you need to start something quickly and be effective right from day one. Now it's used everywhere.
Okay, so let's talk about some everyday examples because I think that's where it really clicks for people. Like, once you hear it in a situation you recognize, it just makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. So, probably the most common place you'll hear this expression is at work. Imagine you just got a new job. Your boss might say, "We need someone who can hit the ground running because we're right in the middle of a big project." So they don't have weeks to slowly train you. They need you to be useful almost right away.
Right, yeah. And as the new employee, you might also use it to describe yourself. Like in a job interview, you could say, "I'm ready to hit the ground running. I already have experience in this area." That's you showing confidence.
Exactly. And that's a great interview phrase, honestly. It sounds very professional and natural, and I think a lot of our listeners might be in that situation. Starting a new job in a new country, maybe speaking English for the first time in a professional setting. That takes a lot of courage.
It really does. And knowing phrases like this, natural, everyday expressions, can make such a big difference. Like, if you use hit the ground running in a conversation at work, people will notice. It just sounds fluent.
Totally. Okay, another great example is school. So imagine a student starting a new semester, Or maybe someone who's just moved to Canada and is starting at a Canadian university for the first time. That first week can feel really overwhelming.
Oh, absolutely. I still remember my first week of university. Everything felt like too much at once.
Same. But if you prepared over the summer, you've read the course syllabus, you know your schedule, you've got your books, then you can hit the ground running. You're not scrambling to catch up on week 2 because you were ready from day 1.
Okay, so we mentioned hockey earlier. Let's actually go there because sports is such a natural place for this expression.
Yes. So in sports, players need to hit the ground running, or, I guess, hit the ice skating, at the start of every season. Training camp ends, the regular season begins, and you need to be in top form from game 1. You can't ease into it.
Okay, let's talk about one more big example. And I think this one is going to really connect with a lot of our listeners. Moving to a new city or a new country.
This one is huge. When you move somewhere new, there's so much to figure out all at once. Where's the nearest grocery store? How does the transit system work? What do you need to set up a bank account? Where can you get a good bowl of poutine?
The poutine question is critical.
Obviously, but some people move to a new place and they take weeks just to feel settled, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a big transition. But other people hit the ground running. They researched the city before arriving. They've already found their neighborhood, set up their essentials, and started meeting people in the first week.
And language plays such a big role in that. When you move to a new country and you can communicate, even just the basics, you can hit the ground running so much faster because you can ask for help, you can make connections, you can do things on your own.
That is such a good point. And it's why learning natural phrases matters so much. If you know how people actually talk, you feel less lost. You feel more capable. You can hit the ground running in a new place because the language isn't a wall anymore. It's a door.
I really like that. The language isn't a wall, it's a door. That's a good one, Laura.
Ha. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the grammar, just lightly, because I want our listeners to actually be able to use this phrase, not just understand it when they hear it.
Good idea. Let's keep it simple.
So, hit the ground running is a verb phrase. You use it just like any other verb in English. So you can say, I hit the ground running on my first day. That's past tense, talking about something that already happened.
Or, I want to hit the ground running. That's future, like a goal or a plan. She hit the ground running at her new school. Our team needs to hit the ground running this season.
Perfect. See, it fits into so many sentences naturally. And one more cool thing. You can also use it to describe someone's personality or character. Like, he's the kind of person who always hits the ground running. That's saying something about who they are, how they approach life.
And that's a compliment, right? If someone says that about you, she always hits the ground running, they're saying you're motivated, prepared, and you don't waste time.
Yes, it is definitely a compliment. It's a very positive expression. So if someone ever says it to you or about you, smile, because they're saying something great.
Okay, so are there other expressions that are similar? Like related phrases that have a similar meaning? I find it helpful to learn a little cluster of words and phrases that go together.
Yes, great idea. So one very common phrase is jump right in. Like, don't overthink it. Just jump right in. It means start without hesitating. It's a bit more casual, but the idea is similar. Start now, don't wait around.
What about up and running? I hear that one a lot.
Yes, up and running is a good one. You'd say something like, the new system is up and running. It means something is working and ready to go. The difference is that up and running is usually about a thing, like a website, a machine, or a business, not a person. And then there's get off to a good start. Like, we really got off to a good start this quarter. It means the beginning went well. It's a little softer, a little more general, but the idea of a strong beginning is the same.
Hit the ground running feels a bit more intense, though, don't you think? Like, it has more energy behind it, more drive.
Yeah, I agree. Hit the ground running has this sense of real urgency and enthusiasm, like you're really going for it. Get off to a good start is more relaxed. Both are useful, just in slightly different situations.
Good to know. Okay, so for our listeners who want to actually practice using hit the ground running, what's your advice? Like, how do you make a new phrase stick?
My number one tip is always make it personal. Don't just memorize a random example sentence. Think of a real situation in your own life and build a sentence around that. For example, when I moved to Canada, I wanted to hit the ground running, so I practiced English every day before I arrived. That sentence is about you. Your brain remembers it much better that way.
That's such good advice. Personal context makes everything stick faster. And then what? Just say it out loud?
Say it out loud. Even if you're alone at home, even if it feels a little silly, say it. I hit the ground running. She hit the ground running. We need to hit the ground running. Hear yourself saying it. That's how it becomes natural.
That's beautifully put. Okay, I think before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap because I always want our listeners to leave with the key points really clear in their minds.
Let's do it. Okay, so hit the ground running. What does it mean?
It means to start something quickly, confidently, and with a lot of energy. You're ready from the very beginning. No slow warm-up, no hesitation. You just go.
And where do we use it?
At work, I hit the ground running on my first day. At school, she really hit the ground running this semester. In sports, the team needs to hit the ground running from game one. When moving somewhere new, he moved to Toronto and hit the ground running. And describing someone's character, she's the kind of person who always hits the ground running.
And remember, it is a positive expression. If someone says it about you, take it as a compliment. It means you're prepared, motivated, and ready to take on whatever comes your way.
And the related expressions to remember, jump right in, meaning start without hesitating. Up and running, meaning a system or project is working and ready. And get off to a good start, meaning the beginning went well.
3 great phrases for the price of one. Not bad for one episode.
We always try to give good value on this show.
All right, I think that's a great place to bring today's conversation to a close. This was a fun one.
It really was. And hit the ground running is one of those expressions that once you know it, you'll start hearing it constantly. In meetings, in sports commentary, in everyday conversation. It's everywhere.
So to everyone listening, thank you so much for tuning in today. It genuinely means a lot to us that you choose to spend your time learning with us.
It really does. And we want to encourage you. Keep practicing. Even just using hit the ground running in one sentence today makes a difference. Say it out loud, write it down, drop it into a text message to a friend. That's how a new phrase becomes a natural part of the way you speak.
And hey, the fact that you listened all the way to the end of this episode, that's you hitting the ground running with your English. So be proud of that.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care, keep at it, and as always, be kind to yourself. You're doing better than you think.
Take care, everyone. Bye for now.